While most students went back to school this year sitting uniformly at their desks with a teacher at a blackboard, kids at the Brooklyn Free School are having a much different experience. Imagine a school that gives kids freedom to explore subjects in a less traditional classroom setting, perhaps through the use of games, or an educational facility that lets students focus on only the subjects they're interested in, even coming up with course ideas of their own. As Sherry Carabin tells us, this is the reality at the Brooklyn Free School.
We have to work on the cooking for the bake sale today.
Okay, so baking,
we can do that in the after.
We need to do it early.
Those are just a few of the decisions students at Brooklyn Free School help to make on a regular basis.
It's all about democratic process, so everything that we do, all our meetings happen together.
If this sounds unusual, it is. In fact, very little about Brooklyn Free School is what you might expect in a school. Located at 120 16th Street, it opened in September of 2004. The school was started by former public high school teacher and assistant principal Alan Berger, with the unique mission of giving students, teachers, and administrators an equal voice in deciding a variety of matters, including how the school is run, class schedules, what trips are taken, and even what courses are taught.
Sienna, I need to ask you some things about your interests, because we're making a list.
We're about what the kids are interested in and following their strengths, their interests, and going with where they are at what point in time. So we usually do one-on-one or very small group classes. The youngest group has a little more of that basic, kind of a little more structure in terms of we do read-alouds with the kids and we do basic math.
3. Any 4s? Right? Any 4s here yet?
No, but there's
No, so we're looking for 4s. Any 5s?
no.
As for instruction, it can be a little different as well. For instance, this numbers game created by the students themselves.
They get to play with the numbers. They're getting to play. They are recognizing the numbers. They're putting them together. They're really having fun with numbers. And a lot of times kids don't get to have fun with numbers, so they end up feeling alienated from numbers.
Tuition at the private, nonprofit, independent school can be as high as $9,500 a year, but it's often reduced if a kid's family is unable to pay it. At the moment, there are 30 students, ranging in age from 5 to 16, all of whom may attend any class that's offered. You see, at Brooklyn Free School, there are no grade levels.
School is the only time, I think, where we take people who are a certain, between one and age of each other and put them in the same place together and expect them to be on the same levels of things, to work together. Here I see a lot of times the older kids working with the younger kids. The little kids learn a whole lot from the older kids.
Do you feel you learn just as well with younger kids?
Yeah. What should matter is not one's age, but one's mind.
While the school isn't connected to the Board of Education, it does have a charter from the New York State Board of Regents. Offerings include subjects like sociology, marine biology, as well as a class on circus.
That's good, though.
Gives me a lot more choice, and I really like that. It's a lot easier for me to, I think, learn here.
Students at Brooklyn Free School don't get homework or tests, but sometimes they do request them, and they're not graded.
Grades just take the focus away from what you're learning and put it on the grade itself, where it becomes an end in itself. So here the motivations comes from within.
Unlike traditional schools, students at Brooklyn Free School aren't required to attend any particular classes. Instead, they're allowed to select the ones that interest them.
I think it's much easier to just learn what you want to learn, and it'll be a lot more helpful since I can spend all of my time on the stuff that I really want to do in college.
While students don't have to attend classes, they are required to attend 2 meetings daily, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. That's where class schedules are set. In addition, there's also a weekly democratic meeting where policy decisions are made.
Any proposal would automatically go for 2 weeks.
I'm really happy that my daughter is here learning how to make choices.
And he said, will you marry me, Erica Levine?
This is Sherry Carabin for Brooklyn Review.